Hey everybody, it's the Burger Dude, and today I want to show you my take on the Texas Toast Garlic Bread Double Cheeseburger. Quite a mouthful to say and to eat, as you can clearly see here. This burger is originally from Rally's or Checkers, depending on where you live in the United States. It's loaded up with fried onions, barbecue sauce, 2 cheeseburgers, spicy ranch, and of course the garlic bread Texas Toast. And this isn't the first time I've made a sandwich with Texas Toast garlic bread, as I did that last year for my pimento cheese sandwich. Link in the description for that if you want to check it out. Speaking of the garlic bread, let's get that going. First, all you need is some softened vegan butter. Add about 4 cloves of minced garlic and then some chopped parsley. Give it a mix and that is it. You have your garlic butter ready. And I do suggest making a bunch of this and just keeping it in the fridge. It's nice to have some handy at all times. And of course, you'll need some Texas toast like you see here. It's basically just white bread that's been cut extra thick. If you can't find any, then I would suggest some sourdough, which would honestly be freaking dynamite as well. You could even get fancy and use a ciabatta. As long as you spread that garlic butter on there, you'll be golden. Next, we got to do the spicy ranch, and in doing research for this burger, I came across Sam the Cooking Guy's video, and for his spicy ranch, he just combined ranch and Cholula, so I thought I'd give that a try, and I gotta admit, it's pretty dang delicious. But I wanted to experiment more, and keeping with the theme, got some Texas Pete, and gave that a try, and you know what? That was fantastic as well. I had to perform a side-by-side taste test for science, and while different, they were equally good, so I opted to not mess with Texas and go with the Texas Pete, and just like with the garlic butter, having this stuff handy is a good move too. So now the hardest part, the onion rings, and these are still quite easy, so don't sweat it, but we're going to slice up an onion, which I'm doing here with my mandolin, but you can use a knife too. Just make them skinnier than regular onion rings. Once you got a good portion sliced up, we're going to make a vegan buttermilk bath for them. So start with some unsweetened plant milk, and then next some apple cider vinegar, and this is what's going to make it curdle and get thick. And then of course, we're going to add in some more Texas Pete. We're going to give that a mix, and maybe use a larger measuring cup than I did. I don't know why I do this still. I guess I'll just never learn. You know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me 1,000 times, still shame on me. But once it looks nice and thick like that, we're gonna grab a bowl and get your onions in there. And then we're gonna pour over our vegan buttermilk and make sure and get it all nice and coated. Don't be afraid to get in there with your hands and toss them around. Let them hang out in that buttermilk jacuzzi while we get our dry batter together, which is going to be a simple concoction of cornstarch, flour, and then just because I wanna, we're going to also add in some Old Bay, but you can season it however you like. We're going to give that a whisk, and then after that, let's move our onions from the buttermilk, shake off the excess, and then into the dry dredge, and really get in there and shake them around, get them as well covered as you can. And now, all we got to do is fry them, so get a cast iron or a wide skillet, fill it with some oil. I'm using peanut. Get that up to around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you're just going to fry your onions in batches until golden brown. Now, some of these look like I went a little too long and burned the onions, so I was sad. But as it turns out, they were fine. In fact, they were basically caramelized, super sweet, and went perfectly with the crispy breading. Once they're golden brown, remove them from the skillet. And then what you want to do is let them rest on a wire rack and salt them immediately. And then after that, all we got to do is get our garlic bread together, so make sure to let your garlic butter get soft. If you forget, just nuke it in the microwave in like 5-second increments until it gets softened. And then you want to spread a nice even layer on your Texas toast. Throw them in a cold pan, set your heat to medium-low, and then simply wait until they're grilled to a beautiful golden brown and flip them so that we can toast the other side. And then remove them from the pan, and all we got to do is grill up our burgers. I like to use a burger press for mine, but you can totally smash them or even form them in your hands like an uncle. And next we'll add them to a pan over medium heat. And some of you have asked me why I don't season my burgers, and it's mostly because these plant-based burgers are already loaded with salt. But you know what? Here's some black pepper, and what the heck, let's do some adobo seasoning as well. Could I tell the difference in the end product? I don't know, probably not, but I did it for science and to appease the seasoning snobs, so there's that. After your burgers have cooked for about 3 minutes or so, we're gonna flip them, we're gonna add some vegan, American, or cheddar cheese, and then pour a couple tablespoons of water in the pan, and then we're gonna cover to steam and melt the cheese, and then another 3 minutes later, and bam, there you go. Now all we gotta do is assemble our burger. So get your bottom piece of Texas toast, slather on that spicy ranch. I went for some subtle drips this time. And next, add your 2 cheeseburgers, then take an extraordinarily long time to add your onion rings since you have to make sure they are perfect for the photo. Unless you're not a nerd, then just pile them up on top with abandon, drizzle on some barbecue sauce, and then top with your other piece of garlic bread. and then slowly and dramatically raise it up to your face and just bask in the glory of what you've created. I mean, the garlic bread alone is worthy of contemplation, but paired with the barbecue sauce, the onion rings, the spicy ranch, rounded out with 2 cheeseburgers, folks, it just doesn't get better than that. So needless to say, this is one of the greatest burgers I've ever made. Every component is mandatory. This burger is all killer, no filler. I urge you to stop what you're doing and make it ASAP. If nothing else, make the garlic bread. And please, if you dug this video, like, subscribe, and hit the bell notifications. It really helps the channel out. I hope you're all doing great, and I'll see ya next time.